I'm gonna take you along as I make lunch. It is 1:45 and I just finished doing my morning routine, you know, laundry, all the things, my Bible reading. I am going to be using leftovers from last night. And last night we had what I call pizza loaf. Basically, you take garlic bread from the store and you make it into pizza. And so I'm gonna use that up today and follow along. Now I have this cast iron griddle and my mother-in-law gifted it to me quite a few years ago and I use it for everything. I absolutely love cooking with cast iron and this lives on my stove. I will wipe it down or scrape it off. If it gets real sticky, I'll wash it in the sink, but for the most part, it just lives right there. So you're probably wondering what I plan to make today. Well, I love soup. Because we had those pizza loaves last night, I had some leftover pizza sauce and I didn't want to waste it. I'm gonna have probably this whole can of tomato soup. One thing that I add to my tomato soup is basil. I just use some dried basil. I don't measure. I'm just gonna butter my bread here. You know, not like I used to dance in high school, butter my bread. And I'll put some pizza sauce on here. This isn't rocket science, guys. And the only reason that I'm trying to use this up is because I hate wasting stuff. Throw on some pepperoni and a little bit of cheese. Now I'm using shredded cheese because that's all I have and that's how I cook. So I cook with what I have on hand. I try not to spend money if I don't need to, because who wants to spend money on groceries right now? Everything else is so expensive. All right, I'm gonna just flip this to try to make sure that some of that cheese melts. Oh, that's about perfect on the top. Now this is on low and I'm actually gonna turn my burner off right now. My burner is hot enough, so I don't need to have that flame on anymore because the nice thing about cast iron is it really retains the heat. It creates a more even cooking surface, melting some of that cheese. While we're waiting for that to cook, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what we did this weekend. So generally every year we travel out to my parents' house to get a Christmas tree. And I had called my dad and he told me, oh, it was pretty wet back there. And you know, I'm the oldest, so I just, I don't listen to anything that anybody says. You can ask my mother. He told me it was pretty wet back there and I probably wouldn't be able to get back there, but I thought, well, we'll try it anyway. So Saturday after the games, we ran home, let the dog out, and jumped in the truck to go out to get back there, and I have never seen so much water. My dad says it's been more wet back there before, but I couldn't believe it. So now we are going to have to buy a Christmas tree or get the artificial from the basement. I'm not a fan of the artificial tree. So if you guys have any recommendations, go ahead and post them in the bottom. I'd love to hear your recommendations for the Saginaw Valley region. We could do Tuscola County after church, but I would love to hear if you get a real Christmas tree, where do you get it for an affordable price? All right. Lunch is served. Look at how that melted. See that pizza cheese under there? That looks so good. I'm gonna cut my sandwich in half. It's a sticky mess, but it's so good. And with 2 pieces of bread, some leftovers, and a can of soup, you got a great lunch. Thanks for following along, guys, and we'll see you on the flip side.